mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with this. Hey, feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow, you know.
Oh. Hey!
Ah, there you are. Looks like you've recovered. I'm glad to see that. There are some things I need to discuss with you. That's why I asked you to see me so soon after your discharge from the hospital. Please, have a seat. Oh, before that, I believe I mentioned his name before, but this is Sanada-kun.
Hey there.
Okay, let me start off by asking you this. Would you believe me if I said that a day consists of more than 24 hours?
That's a reasonable reaction. However, you've already experienced this truth firsthand. Do you remember the night you first arrived here? You had to have noticed the signs. Streetlights going out, things that stopped working, the inexplicable appearance of coffins. With so many things amiss, didn't it feel like you'd stepped into a different time? That's the Dark Hour. A time period hidden between one day and the next.
It occurs each night as the clock strikes 12. It will happen tonight and every night to come.
Normal people don't realize it, since they're all sleeping inside their coffins. But that's not what makes the Dark Hour so interesting. You saw them. Those creatures. We call them shadows. They only appear during the Dark Hour, and attack anyone who roams free outside the coffins. It's our job to defeat them. Pretty exciting, huh?
Akihiko, why are you always like this? You just got hurt the other day.
Now, he does his work well in any case. I'll get to the point. We are the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad. SEAS for short. On paper, we're classified as a school club. But in reality, this group is dedicated to defeating the shadows. Mitsuru Kirijo-kun is the leader, and I'm the club advisor.
A shadow feeds on the mind of its prey. The victim becomes a living corpse.
Apathy syndrome. I'm sure you've heard of it. We sometimes refer to those who suffer from this as the lost.
They're responsible for most of the incidents on the news, if not all of them.
Okay, so before I even move further with regards to this, I'm playing the second version of this game today, and also there is, other than me giving it a 7.5 before I got off yesterday with regards to the game, there is one thing I had in mind when I was going to sleep, and then when I woke up I thought to myself, oh, wait a minute. It's a Persona game, so all the Personas are somewhat attached and related to each other. But is it Persona as in the name title Persona? And there are various different stories in different worlds and different situations, or different alternate universes of Japan or something? Or is it Persona as in the one thing they all have in common is the use of Persona, Igor and the Velvet Room, and the world, because Igor is present, and of course the title is there, and he's in every Persona. Are all these worlds, or should I say, are all these stories from Persona 0 to Persona 5, are they all tied together in some ways? Because if a character like Igor is present in all of them, they must be associated with each other in some way. At least this is what I was thinking. Before I never thought about it when I was playing Persona 4 or the original Persona 3. But I started to think about it when I was playing Persona 5, but I dismissed it after, I believe the company's saying that 3 and 4 and 5 are very different from each other, so I started thinking maybe they're different worlds of Japan. But then now that I'm thinking about it, I'm really, really, really thinking about it. They basically stated that this game isn't par with the newer games, 4, 5, and future games as well, as in a parody, to make them more on even ground, even playing, with regards to music, with regards to character behaviors, with regards to the color, with regards to the condition of the world, and everything associated with the dark world or the shadow world, for reasons why you would need a persona to begin with. So even though there are various different characters, I'm now truly at least 70% sure, rather than 50 or 60% sure. I'm now 70% sure, after playing the reloaded version and getting a clear definition for the reasons why they decide to do this over again, and use the word specifically parody, not just to make it on par with the relations of the other Persona games, but I believe in association with the never before thought about it before. Are these worlds actually connected? Or should I say, is this one world, this one Japan, connected in many ways that cannot be explained? Obviously, when you're fighting something like a final boss in Persona 5, as in the god of shadows or something, I forgot, what was his name, Yaldabaoth. Obviously, if you would see something like Yaldabaoth pop up out of the floor in this dark world, anyone who used the Persona abilities would be able to see it, which means other characters, such as characters from 3, characters from 4, they would experience the feeling associated with a character like Yaldabaoth trying to bring about the end of the world, but they didn't. Otherwise, how would they miss something like that? So the only explanation is that the events of Persona are happening in different time periods of the same world, of the same Japan, either in different decades or in different years. So it might be because even though other characters in later games, 4 and 5, have the Persona abilities, the events that are happening are separated by either decades or by years. So it wouldn't matter if those characters that we meet in Persona 4 and 5 were to see someone, or even Persona 3 was to see someone like Yaldabaoth. Their experience wouldn't make a difference because they wouldn't be present in Japan during that time, or they would be present in the situation during that time. There are different areas of Japan. There's Hokkaido, there's also the mainland Japan, there's also the more southern regions, and Yaldabaoth was in a city region, so even as big as he was, you probably wouldn't be able to see him if you were all the way in Hokkaido or something like that, or other areas of Japan. So that's something that I've been considering for a long time now, and I now realize that's probably the reason why characters from Persona 0, Persona 1, 2, 3, and 4 never saw someone like Yaldabaoth in Persona 5. It's because they were experiencing events that are happening at different time periods in their lives, maybe in the future, in the past, and they either left Japan, or their events were stationed at different eras during Japan, or during the time period of Japan. Or let's say, for instance, they all experience it in some place like Shinjuku. Like all these characters from Persona 1 all the way to Persona 5 had events happening in Shinjuku or Akihabara. Let's say they all experience events happening in Akihabara. Yeah, let's say that. It still wouldn't make a difference, because if they experience these events at different time frames, like say some experience it in 1990s, and some experience it in the early 2000s, some experience it in 2010, and some experience it in 2025, and some experience it in 1914, or 1960, or 1980, or let's say they even experience it at a shorter time period, like say 2 or 3 years apart. It still wouldn't make a difference if they were all present in Shinjuku, because then they wouldn't be able to, like characters from 1, 2, and 3, and 4 wouldn't be able to see Yaldabaoth if Yaldabaoth had his own little episode a year after. And even if they were present to actually still present in Shinjuku to actually see Yaldabaoth, the persona ability might be something that's transferable from person to person. Once they finish their event, like say the characters in Persona 3 here, finish their event of defeating the shadows, maybe the ability is transferred from person to person based on Igor and based on the situation and circumstance. Or it could be an isolation incident, such as no one's able to see what's going on with regards to a character like Yaldabaoth, or with regards to the murder in Persona 4, and the events that are happening there, because those specific events are tied to specific characters, and characters in 1, 2, and 3 would be able to see dangers of Persona popping up all over the place, but they wouldn't be able to know that a character like Yaldabaoth is causing it, because it's not tethered to them. It's not a specific situation happening to them. It would just be a presence of more shadows and dangerous shadows at more lower level or even higher level, and even bosses and mini bosses. But the boss that they would have to fight would not be Yaldabaoth. The main big boss of Yaldabaoth would be for the characters of Persona 5 to defeat, not them. So that's my explanation to the logic of why certain characters in other personas wouldn't be able to see other personas' final villains and stuff and come to their aid. It's because those events aren't happening at the same time, and those situations aren't tethered to them as it is to other characters in those regions. Or maybe they just can't, they're not allowed to get to those regions in time, or maybe our characters in other events like Persona 3 solve their events before characters in Persona 2 can even show up to save the day. So that's my logic. Everything is secluded to certain eras and certain time periods. Otherwise, there would be no reason for characters who are in the same region or in the same country to not show up from other Persona games. If they're all tethered together. So with that said, I'll just continue the game. But I'm 70% sure that all Persona games and the Dark World, the Shadows and everything and Igor are associated with each other, and these things are happening at various time periods in various different regions. And if not various different regions, they are not allowed to participate in certain situations. Other characters are, based on who solve it first. You know, it's like a race. Who gets to the end of the race first is the person that fights the final boss, and others who aren't able to cannot go through that door. So that's my logical situation answer to certain Persona games don't meet up with all the characters from other Persona games.
Although rare, there are those who can function during the Dark Hour. Some may even awaken to a power that enables them to fight shadows. That's known as Perssona, the power you called upon the other night. Shadows can only be defeated by Persona users. That means you are the only ones who stand a chance against them. I'm glad you're quick to understand.
What he's trying to say is, we want you to join us. We've prepared an evoker for you. We'd like you to lend us your strength.
Don't think too hard on it. Just hang out with us for a while.
Please, we need your help.
Wait, don't pressure him like that. What if he feels like he can't say no? I mean, I'd like it if he joined too, but... Does that mean you accept? Oh, I was afraid you wouldn't do it. I'm glad to hear you're on board.
We really appreciate it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you so much. Truly. Oh, I almost forgot. About your room assignment. Why don't you just stay in the room you have now? I don't know what the holdup is, but I guess it worked out in the end.
Hold up? But wasn't that... Oh, never mind.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Fool Archive.
Well, that's all for today. I'll follow up with you regarding our club activities later on. I apologize for gathering you all here on your precious day off. Tomorrow is Sunday, so take some time to relax. Well then, shall weekend this meeting? You know, because it's the weekend. Shall we end? Shall week end? Get it?
Hi, how have you been? I'm always by your side. Soon, the end will come. I remembered, so I thought I should tell you. It's the end of everything, but to be honest, I don't really know much about it. More importantly, it looks like you've awakened to your power, and what an unusual power it is. A power that takes many forms, yet is bound by none. It might even prove to be your salvation, depending on where you end up. Do you remember when we first met? I expect you to honor your commitment. I'm always watching you, even if you forget about me. Okay then, see you later.
Hey, you in there? If you are, could you come downstairs? Sonata Senpai's calling for us. Okay, he's here. So what's this about?
Thanks for coming. There's someone I want to introduce. Hey, hurry up.
Just a sec. God, this thing's freaking heavy.
What? Junpei? Why are you here? Don't tell me.
This is Junpei Iori from Class 2F. He'll be staying here from now on.
What's up?
He's staying here? Are you sure there wasn't some mistake?
I bumped into him the other night. He has the potential, but he just awakened to it recently. I told him about us, and he agreed to help out.
Really? You have the potential?
He found me crying like a baby at the convenience store, surrounded by a bunch of coffins. I don't remember much, but man, that's embarrassing. Whew. But he said that's, completely normal in the beginning. Like being confused and not remembering anything. Do you guys know that? Oh, right. Of course. Makes sense since you're a Perssona user and all. But man, I still can't believe it. I had no idea you guys had this stuff going on too. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Wouldn't really want to be doing this on my own. But you gotta be stoked too, right? Having me join?
What? I guess.
Well, enough with the introductions. Now that our forces have increased, I think we're about ready.
Ooh, we gotta go do something? Sweetness! I'm getting pumped!
With this many people, we could start checking out that tower.
Oh, you mean Tartarus.
Tartar sauce? What?
It's a place that holds the key to understanding the Dark Hour. Or so we think.
The key.
The chairman will give us more details tomorrow night, so be ready.
There's something about that chairman that doesn't smell right.
Ah. That's right!
Yeah, there's something about the chairman that doesn't feel right. Typical guys who hide behind glasses have either a chip on their shoulder, maybe because they wear glasses, and they have bad eye vision, or it's much easier for them to look like someone else with the glasses on and less threatening by putting on the glasses. But I could be wrong.
I'm tired. I was about to fall asleep.
Like, the one thing I know about people who wear glasses is that if they had bad eyesight since they were born, it's a trait thing. And because it's a trait thing, they always have a chip on their shoulder because of it, which means they're always in some ways bitchy to other people. Then you have those who are recluse due to it, because they also have a chip on their shoulder, but they don't come out overly aggressive. Then you have those who are, simply arrogant and aggressive. All three of them have a chip on the shoulder because of using glasses due to hereditary traits. But then there's those who are using glasses due to age. They are less likely to snap on you and stuff. So typically the ones who are like in their 20s and their teens who wear glasses, they're either reclusive or they're aggressive. So that's what I know from people who wear glasses. It's not something as simple as you need glasses to read or to see, or because it's in your genes and your DNA. Wearing the glasses also represent a certain form of a person's personality because they have it. They either hate wearing it because it reminds them of a dysfunction that they have, or they're outwardly aggressive towards others because of that dysfunction. That's why a lot of people don't like to be associated with people who wear glasses who are like in their teens and in their 20s, because they come across as pushy and aggressive. And the ones that don't come across, who are fun outwardly and respectful for others, those are the ones that know how to handle their own demons. Like if you find someone who wear glasses that don't know how to handle their own demons, you would see it for yourself. They will come across as overly aggressive, or they'll be reclusive. It's either one or the other. Now you can't compare that to people who are like in their 40s and 50s, because that's an age thing. So yeah, that's why I believe when I was a teenager, I never dated anyone who used to wear glasses, because they typically were always way too shy, or they're overly aggressive, just because of their own personal self-confidence or self-issues. I'm like, man, fuck that. It's like you're standing out. You're literally standing out, and you don't even see that you're standing out due to your own personal demons. Like, don't put your issues on anyone else. You're like, it's not our fault that you have bad eyesight. That's a parent thing. But I never really mess with them and look down on them or anything, or call them nerds or any of that stuff. I just left them alone, because at any moment someone who wears the glasses could snap on you, or could just shy and run away and be an awkward type weirdo. So they were either weirdos or they were aggressive types. So fuck all that. Be like, take care of your own demons. Everyone got their own to take care of.
Can I have a minute? Come to the room on the 4th floor when you get back to the dorm tonight. I have something to tell you all.
Oh, are we having that talk already?
I'll save the details for later. See you there.
Damn, doesn't waste any time.
She's not like us. She's busy, you know, with the student council or whatever.
Whoa, Yucatan, do I sense some hostility?
It's not that I don't like her, it's just... I don't know.
Okay, school days finally over.
And that's another thing too. A lot of smart people wear glasses. Lots of smart people, because they have to do work that requires them to study and use their eyes all the time. But then you have a lot of stupid people who are wearing glasses as well, that don't do a lot of studies, that their education and their intelligence is at B-level best, you know. So the glasses really doesn't mean anything other than bad hereditary traits. But who the person is, the character, you can tell that within the first 2 or 3 minutes of just talking to them. And after you talk to them and you realize, well, this person's a nutballer, or this person's a recluse, or this person have a chip on their shoulder, you know, then you walk the other way, because then they got their own personal problems they have to deal with. But like, if you say you cannot truly understand someone by just talking to them for 3 minutes, you're right. But you also know that there is something wrong there. So if you want to learn more about this person or that person or whoever, do so at an arm's distance. Like, invite them to parties, speak to them, but don't make them your friend until you know whether or not you are 100% correct about their behavior. It's always important, and this also goes for people, especially in high school and college, whether they wear glasses or they don't wear glasses, whether they're smart or whether they're stupid. Keep anyone at one arm's distance if they come across as something wrong, seems wrong and off about them. Do not alienate them, and do not use prejudice against them or put them in a box or separate them, because you're basically showing them, that you also have an issue, because you're unaccepting of who they are by automatically putting them to the side. So you basically prove without a shadow of a doubt that you also have issues and you are also fucked up yourself. So you cannot judge anyone if you're not accepting of them and who they are. But never forget, keep a one arm's distance until you know whether you're right or not, and then you disassociate yourself. No, don't be like those mofos on jobs hiring people because they assume they know something about someone. They don't know jack shit. This is the real world. You don't know anything about anyone until you know someone, and you can only know someone until you have experience knowing that person. And you don't do that through a 3-minute or 5-minute meeting. You do so through experience. You associate yourself with them, but you keep one arm's distance from them, and your friends, and your family. And only when you get to know them to realize there's something wrong, then you distance yourself from them. And if they want to be friendly, too friendly, nope, then you get the cops in. Be like, no, now I know who you are. Don't come around here. Don't come around me. Cops for you. You don't want to listen to the cops? Then jail for you. That's how we take care of you.
They're probably waiting for us at the dorm, right? Let's hurry back. Finally made it. Can't believe the accident delayed our train so much. It's already dark out. Been happening a lot lately, though. People jumping onto the tracks. This apathy syndrome thing's getting out of control. It's like the whole world's falling apart. Crap! Everyone else is there already! You better hurry. Oh man, I'm getting kinda hungry. It's Small Rocks! So many places to chow down. Plus, they're open late. Speaking of, I heard the ramen joint upstairs has a secret late night menu. Yeah.
All right, everyone's here.
Okay, so the one thing about Persona 4 that's better than this, you feel more for the characters in Persona 4 with regards to who they are as individuals, because that game was like an individual story. You feel for the main character in association with the little girl. You feel for the Teddy within that dark dimension. You feel for the other characters. Takami-kun, I think so. I think that was her name. I'm not sure. Yeah, and you feel for certain characters within the game because on an emotional basis, it was a personal story. It's like watching JoJo Bizarre, Diamonds is Unbreakable versus JoJo Bizarre, Stardust Crusaders, where Stardust Crusaders is a major story that's more outwardly and explore the vast regions of US and of course of Egypt. It was more of a worldly story, whereas the isolation of JoJo Bizarre Diamonds Unbreakable was within a single town itself. So this is what Persona 3 is. Persona 3 is a more outwardly story associated with an event more than associated with the personalities of individual characters. They're not all gathered together to find out who the killer is, so it's not the lack of investigation is present in this game, whereas more fruitful in the fourth one. But that said, the main story and overall story of Persona 4 is very lackluster compared to the third one, because we're talking about people dealing with an event happening and solving the situation of an event rather than solving the situation of a killer. So it's less investigation to find out who killer is and more situation to find out how to solve a major crisis, which is more important. That's why I like the story of 3 better than the story of 4, because the story of 4 is a personal story, not an individual character story, but a personal story overall, whereas this is more for a big boy event story.
Heck yeah! Let's get right into it.
Now, I'd like your undivided attention. For a long Nada-kun were the only Persona users we had, but that number has recently jumped to 5. So here's the plan. Starting tonight at 12 a.m., I'd like us to finally begin exploring Tartarus.
So I asked this yesterday, but what is that Tartar thing again?
It's Tartarus. You seriously haven't seen it, Junpei?
I mean...
It's no surprise you haven't seen it. Tartarus only appears during the dark hour, after all.
Only during the dark hour?
Just like the shadows. Interesting, huh?
The goal of our club, Seize, is to fight those shadows. However, simply defeating shadows during the dark hour isn't enough. We must get to the root of the problem. We need to destroy the dark hour itself.
I don't really get it. Well, you're saying if we run around Tartarus, we can somehow get rid of the dark hour?
We don't know for certain. Sorry I can't give you a better answer. But investigating the mysteries of that tower is part of our job.
The bottom line is, we need more information. Everything we encounter there will be a vital clue for us.
The exploration of Tartarus is of utmost importance. Consider it our top priority. Our society, while remaining blissfully unaware of the shadows, is slowly but surely succumbing to their influence. I would go as far as to say that the fate of the world rests on the shoulders of you Persona users.
That's one hell of a responsibility. But the heroes of justice will prevail.
It's also the perfect spot for us to train and improve our skills. That place is like a nest of shadows, you know.
Whoa. Their nest, huh?
But Senpai, what about your injury?
Akihiko's still recovering from his wounds. He'll accompany us, but won't participate in the exploration.
Yeah, I know.
Relax. Oh, Junpei's got your backs.
I'm not so sure about this.
What about you, Mr. Chairman?
I'll stay here. Not much point anyway, since I can't summon a persona.
Huh? We're here? What's going on? Why are we at school?
Just wait and see. It's almost midnight.
This is Tartarus, the labyrinth that reveals itself during the Dark Hour.
Labyrinth? What are you talking about? What happened to our school?
Once the Dark Hour passes, everything will return to normal.
This is the nest you were talking about? But why? Why'd our school turn into a giant tower? You don't know either?
No.
I'm sure it's complicated.
If we don't know, we'll just have to find out. Mitsuru and I have only gone in to take a peek. This will be our first time exploring it. Exciting, huh? There's gotta be something in there. Hopefully some sort of clue about the Dark Hour.
Akihiko, I respect your enthusiasm, but you won't be exploring it today.
I know. You don't have to keep reminding me.
Whoa. It's just as crazy on the inside.
Sure is creepy, though.
This is only the entrance. The labyrinth lies beyond the doorway at the top of these stairs.
First, you need to get a feel for the place. Why don't the three of you go have a look around?
What? By ourselves?
We're not asking you to go very far. I'll help you navigate by feeding you information from here.
We'll also need to appoint a leader to make any necessary decisions.
A leader? Like, the captain of a pirate ship? I'm in! Me! Pick me!
You're in charge.
Wait! Why him? He doesn't look like a captain!
Calm down. He has experience fighting already.
Wait, seriously?
That's true too, but the main reason is far more simple. Junpei, and you too, Takeba. Can either of you summon your persona without difficulty like he can?
Yeah, of course I can!
Me too.
These are shadows we're talking about. Without your persona, you're screwed.
I'm aware of that.
All right, let's head inside. Are you ready, leader? That's the spirit.
What's the matter?
I've been waiting for you. The time has come for you to wield your power. The tower that you are about to venture into. How did it come to be? For what purpose does it exist? Regrettably, you are not yet capable of answering these questions. That is why you must be made aware of something before you go any further. You must understand the nature of your power. Your power is unique. It is like the number 0. Empty, but at the same time, holding infinite possibilities. You, my boy, are able to possess multiple personas and summon them at will. And when you have defeated your enemies, you will see the faces of possibility before you. There may be times when they are difficult to grasp, but do not fear. Seize what you have earned. Your power will grow accordingly. Be sure to keep that in mind. Now then, my spare time will soon be scarce. Next time, once again, may you open the door and come here of your own accord. I'll tell you then about my true role, the manner in which I can best assist you. Until we meet again, farewell.
Hey, are you alright?
Yeah, what's up? You look like a zombie. Don't tell me you dozed off. You're like that coach who fell asleep during the championship game. Come on, man. You're supposed to be our leader.
Cut him some slack. If nothing's wrong, then let's get going.
Leader.
There's also something I'm very curious about. Like every Persona game, you're always using the character of the Fool in attachment to the main protagonist. Now, the Fool card, with regards to tarot cards, is not really a good card. It's actually a bad card. It's a representation of a person who's obviously a fool, as is indicated. But it's also a representation of a person learning from their faults and either saving themselves or either causing a situation that would result in a bad situation for others. So it can either be a good thing or a bad thing, a fool. But why? Why is the fool card always used for the main protagonist? It doesn't make sense because most of the times your main protagonist in the Persona games is not a fool. Like in Persona 5, you could say that guy was a fool for hitting someone who was trying to harm a girl and just causing himself a situation to be sent off to his relatives. But the guy in Persona 4 and the guy in Persona 3 don't come across as foolish. So maybe the decision they're making in association to do these activities with regards to the shadows in regards to their fellow classmates is considered foolish, or the decision they're making is that of a fool. He's digging himself, or she's digging herself, or they're digging themselves in deeper into a hole by choosing to advance the card of the Fool. Maybe that's the reason why they have always been associated with the Fool, as in human beings are foolish. They will always choose the bad decision instead of the good decision. But that doesn't seem to be the case in the earlier characters of Persona. So I've never really understood why I always went with the character of the Fool. Sure, your character is just using a dark power, and the more he uses it, the darker it gets, and that could be stated as foolish. But the character is not actually him by himself a fool. He's making smart, intelligent decisions. It's not, you can't really say that they're self-righteous decisions either. So he's not a dictator type or authoritarian type or even narcissistic type. So I've never really understood why the Fool was always the card to be used, except for when the character is using the powers. That could be stated as foolish, but if you're using any persona, they're associated with a specific tarot card. And it doesn't matter what tarot card is. If the Fool is the most powerful of the tarot cards, then it's trying to say that the main character is associated with the darkest nature of himself, rather than the lightest nature of himself. None of the characters ever come across as being evil or dark. So it never really occurred to me, it never really made sense to me why the Fool was always chosen. Still doesn't now. With the use of the powers, yes. With the use of who the character is. Unless he was some type of freakish, narcissistic, manipulative or self-righteous person, or doing things of the best of intentions, then you could say he's foolish, because his deeds are because he thinks it's what's best for others. But the character of Persona 3 and the character of Persona 4 were never that type. So I never really understand why the Fool card was always used in the Persona 3 and Persona 4. But then again, it doesn't really matter. It's the people who made the game decided to be that way, so it's not like I have a choice.
All right.
So, it's the real deal from here on, huh?
Looks easy to get lost in.
Can you all hear me?
Whoa! Is that you, Senpai?
I'll be providing audio backup from here on out. Keep that in mind.
Wait, are you saying you can see this place from all the way out there?
It's my Persona's ability. The structure of Tartarus actually changes from day to day. I'd like to join you up there, but we need someone to provide outside support.
That's even more concerning.
Now, based on your current location, you can expect to encounter enemies at any time. They shouldn't be too tough, but proceed with caution. You'll get the hang of it as you go.
Right.
Got it. Why is she always like that?
Right. Let's begin. Defeat all the shadows on that floor. I'll support you as much as I can, but it's up to you to learn something out there. There's a shadow up ahead. This is the first real battle for Takeba and Iori. Proceed with caution. All right, let's start by going over how to attack shadows. When faced with an enemy, you have two primary options for fending them off. The first option is to use your equipped weapon. The second option is to use your persona. But remember, every persona has its own strengths and weaknesses. Knowing how personas work will be crucial. Try summoning yours right now.
Okay, looks like I'm up. Here goes. Check this out. Perssona! Oh yeah! How'd you like my persona ability?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Well done, Iori. Considering it was your first battle, you did well. Takeba too. You'll be fine. Don't be afraid to show what you can do.
Got it.
Good. Let's continue exploring. Another shadow up ahead. Let's get you more accustomed to combat. The battle's about to begin. Everyone, stay focused. All right, next, let's go over a useful approach for defeating enemies. Most enemies have an elemental affinity that they have low resistance to. Targeting weaknesses is one of the best ways to deal damage. Not only that, it can also knock enemies down. Knocking down an enemy creates an opening, letting you continue your offense.
Weaknesses, huh? Done. I'll show you how it's done.
Wait! Let me handle this one. Just point it to my head, then pull the trigger. I can do this!
Oh, you're not so bad yourself, Yuka-tan.
That's it, Takeba. You give it a try as well.
I'll go with. Never mind. Let's see.
First enemies inside us already. Whoever make it out may be ready for the battle. It's fearless. You better be ready. Not only winning, but the losing. No, it brings experiences for a bigger win later. Persevere for the greater good. Imagine later would maybe or not later. Thinking that it agitators, the violators, the real or the competition, reach finalists. So who we up against? vicious and brutal. Moment of truth, there ain't no truce. You the only one world, one love. But the battle goes on, shadows on mass destruction.
Well done. You struck the enemy's weakness. Keep that up and finish off the rest.
Who's next? Never mind.
I did it!
Fantastic work, Takeba. You performed as well as I hoped you would.
Totally. I couldn't take my eyes off you.
Can you try not being a creep?
Great. Looks like everyone's gotten used to handling their personas. Leader, take note of each member's strengths and conduct the battle accordingly. I can still sense some enemies around. Let's move on.
Yeah.
The heck?
Yes, boxes like those seem to be scattered all throughout Tartarus. Sometimes they contain useful items for battle. Seek them out as often as you can.
Oh, sweet! So they're basically like treasure chests. Hell yeah! Let's bust it open and see what's inside.
That looks like it'll be useful. It's up to you to decide how to use it.
Okay.
Shadow detected. Looks like they haven't noticed you yet. Now's your chance. Try sneaking up on them from behind. Make sure you stay out of their field of vision. Next, I'm going to explain a tactic for defeating several enemies at once. First, go ahead and strike an enemy's weakness. I'll keep track of tactical data, such as any enemy weaknesses you've identified. If you ever forget an enemy's affinities, just let me know and I'll get that data for you. Alright, now knock down the other one. That's when you perform an all-out attack.
An all-out attack?
It's a maneuver that engages the entire team in a coordinated assault when all enemies have been knocked down. Naturally, the enemy has no way of defending against this. It's one of the most reliable means of attack.
Whoa! That sounds so badass! Let's give it a try right now!
New perspective gain from all the pain and stress. And when I do come back, I'm stronger than ever before. So you don't disturb in a beach. Look into my eyes. Now tell me the things you love me about behind my back. There can easily now, it's time for a full assault!
Here we go.
So I believe this might be new. I remember shuffle card being a part of Persona 3, but not selecting which one you want once you defeat an enemy as part of the shuffle. So this is new. I've acquired a persona called what? Apsaris? Yeah. So Apsaris or Asperus. I think that's how you say it. It's Asperus. So I could decide to keep this persona or decide not to keep it. But I think because this is a weak enemy, it's just gonna give it to me regardless. I believe the shuffle only happens if you get more than one card. So even if I press up for select and down for select card, it will give me the option to select the card because the card is given to me already. So there's not more than one reward here. I'm only given one reward. So it's not like I'm given a gold bar and then I'm given a card or I'm given a weapon. I'm only given this persona card, skills card. But I believe the shuffle thing might be new. Like before in the past, you just acquired a card or acquired an item. But the ability to shuffle through which one you want, I don't believe that was an option in the original Persona 3.
How'd you like our all-out combo attack, you filthy shadows?
When I saw my opening, it's like my body just knew what to do.
That was magnificent teamwork. It's hard to believe it's your first time. As you grasp the flow of battle, you'll learn to coordinate with each other seamlessly. Let's apply what we've learned so far and continue exploring. I detect another shadow up. Take advantage of what you just learned. Try not to alert the enemy as you move. I've covered the basics of combat now, but the most important thing is making decisions based on the situation at hand. I'll continue providing support, but this time, go ahead and try fighting on your own.
So this is kind of weird. Like, I ran out of charge towards the enemy, and I don't believe there's a lock-on option, so he missed the enemy as the enemy was moving. So that's something I should look out for. Like if I'm charging towards an enemy, I have to be accurate, otherwise I miss, and I give advantage to the enemy.
You, my boy, are able to possess multiple personas and summon them at will. see what to do. All right. Never mind. I'll go with... Come, Perssona!
Your persona just now. It looks like you really do have a special power.
What to do?
This is our chance!
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't think Shuffle Time was part of the original game where you could get to choose which one you want. So for the moment, I don't think I need money, nor do I need cup. I believe either I need experience or a new weapon or a skills card. So I'll go with a skills card.
The enemy has been defeated. Excellent.
Was that?
Well, it looks like he has the ability to summon different personas. I suspected as much after the events from the other day, but now we know for sure. All right.
Hey, I found some stairs.
Wait, we're looking for the teleporter, aren't we?
Exactly what Takiba said. Please prioritize getting back safely for now.
Wait, we're look. treasure chest looks different from the one before.
Yes, that particular box is sealed in a special way. The box can be unlocked by its own mechanism, but it needs something else to work during the dark hour.
What's that you got there?
I wonder... Not bad. Looks like you found a teleporter. Now use it to return to the entrance. Welcome back. So, how was it? I see. Well, if you gained confidence, that's the best thing you could have achieved.
Wow! I never knew I had that kind of power! But damn, why do I feel so exhausted?
'Cause you were bouncing around like a little kid.
You say that, but you look pretty tired yourself, Yucatan.
This is different. It's like I'm having trouble breathing. What's going on?
That's the effect of the dark hour. You'll become fatigued more easily. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. I have to say, though, I'm surprised. You all did much better than I expected.
We'll see about that.
Not bad. Salut. Salut.
go.
Sorry.
In the light, men are crossing over lone shadows, wherein bells lie hopes for intimacy, one to be close. To be close.
That concludes the main portion of today's assembly. Next, we'll hear a word from the Student Council. Please welcome the new president, Mitsuru Kirijo, from Class 3D.
Thank you.
So she did get elected. Well, I guess she is the most popular girl in school.
You can say that again. She's got this intimidating vibe around her. Not to mention, this school's owned by the Kirijo group, right?
As I begin my term as Student Council President, I'd like to share with you my vision for this coming year. It is my firm belief that each of us must accept the responsibility of bettering our school. However, change cannot occur without sustained effort and an unprecedented level of commitment. That is why we must restructure our daily lives in order to rise to this challenge. I'd like each of you to dig deeply into your well of motivation and reevaluate your convictions. Strive to imagine a bold new future without losing sight of the realities around you. That is the key. My own ideas are but one person's vision. For us to reap the full benefits of our education, your participation, opinions, and enthusiasm are essential. Thank you.
Dang, what a speech. Do you, have any idea what she just said? Sure didn't sound like something a high schooler would say. If it was anyone else, we'd be laughing our asses off.
Okay, time for class. What even?
Yo, wanna stop by Paulonia Mall on the way back? Might wanna stock up while we can, since we got stuff going on at night. There's a pharmacy there too. Couldn't hurt to get some meds in case anything happens. You bet I am. If we don't step up to the plate, who will? The chairman said it himself. The fate of the world depends on us. Let's go, leader. first task, escape from the school.
Look! It's Sonata-senpai! Wait for us!
Have you noticed how popular Sonata-san is with the ladies? Man, take a look at that. I guess neither of us really got to know him before all this crazy stuff happened. He's the captain of the boxing team. Never lost a single match. I know that's cool and all, but who'd have thought boxing would turn you into a chick magnet? I mean, come on! They're fawning on him more than a harem manga. I wonder where they're going.
Hey, are you guys free this afternoon?
Huh? Us? Yeah, I mean, hell yeah! We'd love to join your little, group here. We can shop later.
Well, are you free or not?
Yeah, of course. No problemo.
I want the two of you to meet me at Polonia Mall. You know where it is, right? I'll be waiting at the police station. Got it?
The police station? You mean we're not hanging out with your friends?
Who? These girls? No, I don't even know their names. Hearing so much chit-chat gives me a headache. Anyway, I'm going on ahead. Don't keep me waiting.
Wait! Senpai! Don't leave us!
Man, how can he not know their names? I mean, seriously, just look at them. Anyway, let's go. Yeah. Go.
Thank you, Kurosawa-san. I'll be taking this. Oh, these are the guys I was talking about earlier. This is Officer Kurosawa. He helps keep our squad well equipped. Oh, and here, this is from Ikutsuki-san.
Whoa, is that our warp funds? You shouldn't have.
can't fight empty-handed, so find something you like. Kurosawa-san has connections. He can secure equipment for us. But these things still cost money.
Of course they do. Nothing in life is free.
I realize that. Well, I'll see you.
I've been informed about you two. My job is to maintain peace in this city regardless of the circumstances. I'm just an ordinary going on here. I'm only doing what I think is right. Nothing more. If you need something, we can talk in the back. All right.
Baby, stay with me. Never felt like I never felt like baby, stay with me. You gotta tell no. I never felt like
Uh-huh.
I never felt like
I got some stuff you might find useful, so feel free to browse.
baby, stay with me. You gotta tell no. I never felt like
Everything stocked here is through my personal connections. Whatever you get, and however you use it, just be careful.
baby, stay with me. You gotta tell
Everything look good here? All right then.
I never felt like I never felt like
Uh-huh.
baby, stay with me.
What are you looking for?
You gotta tell no. I never felt like I never felt
I have no idea what you're fighting out there. Just don't get in over your heads.
baby, stay with me.
That what you want? All right then.
You gotta tell no.
What'll it be? What are you looking for?
I never felt like
Take as long as you need.
baby, stay with me.
What'll it be? What are you looking for?
You gotta tell no. I never felt like
What'd you bring?
I never felt like baby, stay with me.
How many are you selling?
You gotta tell no.
Sure now.
I never felt like
Sure. It's a deal.
I never felt like
What do you got?
baby, stay with me. You gotta tell no.
All done here? All done here? Come back soon.
Can't believe the police station's selling weapons. What's more, they only gave us 5,000 yen. Ain't that kind of stingy? I mean, kind of saving the world. Oh crap, it's this late already? I'm gonna miss the rerun of The Lonely Shogun. I gotta go. Sweet. I'll leave the rest to you. I know, I'm the one who brought you here, but you'll see me again, you know where. There's a ton of shops and stuff in this place, so you really should check it out while you can. All right, see you back at the dorm.
It doesn't seem like it will last forever in my life. Once
Welcome.
I never felt like baby, still with me. You gotta tell now. I never felt like I never felt like baby, still with me. You gotta tell now. I never felt like
We've got some new stuff. Take your time, browse.
baby, still with me. You gotta tell now.
Spring's already in full swing, ain't it? Seems like there's an awful lot of pollen this year. You doing all right?
I never felt like baby, still with me. You gotta
Which ones? That's all you want? Thanks. Done already? Come again, yeah?
Welcome to the Velvet Room. I have been anticipating your arrival. The time has come for you to wield your power. My role is to create new personas. By merging multiple persona cards together, they can be reborn into a new form. One could call it a fusion of personas.
There is much hidden potential within your persona abilities. We've never had a guest show this much promise in the past.
Indeed. And by establishing social links, you may be able to create even stronger personas as well. Oh ho! This shall prove to be most interesting. To that end, as you accumulate cards, please bring them to me.
If you wish to learn more about fusing personas in greater detail, then come talk to me so that I may give you some hints. I will assist you to the best of my ability. Welcome to the Velvet Room. Registering, I see. Will you register it to the compendium? All registered. Is overwriting acceptable? I've completed registration.
I, too, have a purpose to serve. Which will you choose?
Very well. This is your progress so far. Now then, let's begin.
Well then, shall we take a look?
This persona is powerful. Please choose what skills to inherit.
It seems no new powers have been bestowed upon you. It is a special persona you desire, is it not? Which will you choose?
This would be a wise choice.
What kind of persona do you desire?
This would be a wise choice.
What kind of persona?
This would be a wise choice. What do you wish to inherit?
It seems no new powers have been bestowed. Well then, shall we begin?
Alright, so when it comes to fusion, I believe the fusion process in 4 and 5 is far better than that in 3. But I also know that 3 came out way before 4 and 5, so I'm not too concerned of how they did it. But still, it's not that great. It's actually quite boring. So even though I was at a 7.5 with regards to the game, after getting a proper tutorial on how to do combat and how to do more social links and how to access menu with regards to healing yourself and buying stuff from stores and when you could do conversations with certain people and how to do fusions, I would say those 4 main things, and of course new revolutions with regards to how to engage an enemy in combat and how to get crit hits based on combat advantage. All those things present has now got the game up to about 5 points. And the only point I would take away from the game so far is this situation right here. So where I was at a 7.5, I would be right now at an 8 with regards to the game, but now I would have to knock it back down to like a 7.9. Yeah. Yeah, I would say I'm at 7.9 right now, because typically I go 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, and 7.8, and then you get a full 1, rather than just go straight from 7.5 to, or 7.5 right to 8.5 by getting a full 1. I'd rather do it by the percentage of points. So far I've gained 5 points, but also lost a point in regards to the summoning and how to do fusions. It's very lackluster in comparison even to that of, I believe, Persona 2 summoning was a bit better, and Persona 4 and 5 summoning was also better. Yeah, so I think this is probably the weakest of the summoning or fusion summoning. So I'm at a 7.9 so far with regards to the game. The game is going very good. Slowly but surely the story is being fleshed out. What's going on? There's now a Tower of Tartarus. Actually, now I think about it, I'm at an 8 because the Tower of Tartarus is actually better than going through a subway, going all the way down to the middle of the earth or something in like a reverse spiral in a subway station. I've always appreciated towers like Tower of Babylon or Tower of Babel or the Tower of Miho or even a Tower of Odin. Anything that you have to fight certain enemies on certain levels, and stronger you fight, the higher you go. I've always appreciated tower fights better than like say underground fights or underground labyrinths or even in Persona 4 where there's nothing really underground. It's more like going from area to area within the world. So with that said, Tartarus being probably one of the better versions of Persona's example of battle from place to place, but you're not going from place to place. It's going from the tower is just ridiculously large and you have to scale the tower. I like that, but at the same time I know that it's limited to just one area rather than several areas that you might find in, like say, Persona 4 or like an underground facility that goes all the way down in Persona 5. But at the same time I do appreciate the fact that a tower scenario of fighting enemies on tower feels far more interesting, and reaching the top of the tower to fight the strongest boss seems to be far more Dungeons and Dragons related rather than not. So I kind of like that. So with that said, I'll keep it at an 8. Now think about it, I actually like how they do the whole tower thing in 8 and the whole scenario in 4, because they have no towers in 4. It's just an open area, and in 5 it's just an underground thing, and the underground facility is not really that interesting in 5. even though you're driving around in like a little minivan, it's not as interesting as scaling a tower, in my opinion. Now, towards the end of Persona 5, when you're scaling, like going all the way up to fight Yaldabaoth, that's when it starts to get interesting. But yeah, still, I believe the Tower Tartarus is not as interesting as the whole underground facility, and of course scaling to Yaldabaoth in Persona 5. But for it being a tower combat scenario, where you have to higher the level you get, the stronger enemies you get, like going towards the, trying to reach towards God or something, and you know, I believe that feels more fun than just going around, searching around in a world, or going around in a subway, because it feels like you're getting stronger, and the higher level you get, it means the stronger the opponent you're fighting, which means it's an indication that you're getting closer to your objective. So I've always liked tower fights, even anime. So that said, I'm probably going to summon Orpheus again.
This persona, yes? Oh, it seems you can't afford the fee.
Yeah, I don't have enough. Alright.
Are you finished? We look forward to your next visit.
Now I'm about to take this off in the next 30 minutes. I believe after the next 30 minutes I should get a clear understanding with regards to what this game is, because if I get off in the next 30 minutes, a full 2 hours of this game, like an hour and a half yesterday, if I'm thinking about it, and if I do an hour and a half today, based on me playing it without all my talking, if I subtract an hour of my talking, I literally will be playing this game for about an hour and a half, and the same as yesterday. So that would be a combination of hour and a half yesterday and hour and a half today. That'll be 3 hours. 3 hours is enough for me to know whether this demo is good or not. So I'll save again and I'll play for the next 30 minutes, and I'll be able to tell whether this game is worth a buy. Now, for my money, I would say at the moment, if I was a picky person, I would still have this game at 7.5. But I believe before I get off, I will give the game probably 2 or 3 more points. So that will get it up to 7.6, 7.7, 7.8. 7.8 at the 25%, or no, at the 20% marker, because I believe I haven't even reached the 25% marker in the game, because this is just a demo, and demo is not going to even let you get to the 25% marker. So this early into the game, maybe I'm at the 10% marker at the beginning of the game. The demo probably only gives you 10% of the game, or maybe even 5%, I don't know. But this early into the game and my points is already in the 7s, then that means this game is worth a buy. If what I'm seeing is good, simple, easy to understand, explanation with regards to tutorial is simple, follows the tradition of Shin Megami Tensei, follows the tradition of Persona. Anyone could play it. It's not that complicated a game. It's sort of bloody, but at the same time it's not ridiculously violent. So it's not really made for kids, but teenagers, adults, and anyone else could play it. And it has a good social network system. It has communications with regards to the various different characters. There's events that you could do in school. There's I guess there's extracurricular activities you could do, that joining clubs. You could go to the weapon shop. You could shop. You could participate in listening to music or going to cafe. So it operates like the way you would operate living your daily life, going to clubs, listening to music, going to concerts, so on and so forth. So all the things that's present within the Persona series is present in this game. So everything that was from the original Persona 3 FES is present in the Reloaded, but done much better with regards to the music, with regards to the use of colors. I wouldn't go with blue. Blue wasn't the color I was thinking that they would go with, but with that being one of the main things that took me out of this game with regards to its design. That's pretty much that, and probably like 4 other things are pretty much it. And still, with that and pretty much other things, if I was being picky, I would be at the 7.5 marker. And I haven't reached the 25% of the game yet. So, if I did reach the 25% of the game, I believe I might be in the 8th category if I get to the 25% of the game. I believe where I am right now would be considered maybe the first 5% or 10% of the game now completed, and that's probably the maximum they're going to give you with regards to the demo, the first 5, 10, or 15% of the game. So if I'm already in the 7s there, then that means this game's definitely worth a buy. So I'll complete the next, I'll be on for the next 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes, and then if the demo ends in the next 20 or 30 minutes, then that was a pretty damn good demo, and this is definitely worth a buy. Especially if you're a Persona fan, you'll definitely want to have this, because it's an upgraded version of what the original Persona 3 FES was, and it's redone and remade in order to be not just keeping the traditions of the old Persona 3 alive, but also to be done in better music, better environments, more story, and different way to tell the story than original ways. So you could basically say whatever way they actually wanted to tell the story of Persona 3, they're now able to do it the way they actually wanted to do it from the beginning. Otherwise, why remake it if they didn't think it was a good idea to remake it with a better story? So I believe that's what they decide to go with. A different path. You're following the same old story, but it's done in a different way. So technically it really wouldn't be the same old story. It's just a different version of how to do the original story. It's like you're living in a different reality. So I would say, for my money, if I was to choose between the old Persona 3 FES and this new one, I would go with this one, because you're actually playing the original one and this one at the same time. And this one is not like bad or anything. It's just different and changed. And you get to do more stuff, and you get to do different stuff, while at the same time you're still able to play the original game that's present in this game at the same time as well. So yeah, if I was to purchase a Persona game, I believe the Reloaded might be the better choice, because you're playing the original Persona 3 and the FES version all at the same time in the Reloaded, but done differently as well. But I wouldn't take it from anyone to play the original FES anyway, because certain scenes and certain things done in there was done differently. This is just done in a specific way. I'm pretty sure they came up with an idea for a better ending. They came up with an idea for better executions of communications with regards to social links, and of course the shuffle thing, choosing which one, is also something I believe is new and different, for which I should give a point to, because I didn't give a point to that. So right now I'm at 8.1 with regards to game, and if I was picky and bitchy, I would probably be at a 7.6 right now, because I forgot all about the shuffle. So that said, I'll just continue for the next 30 minutes and call it a day on Persona. Yeah, this is definitely worth a buy. Like, if you love Persona games, or you love any Shin Megami games whatsoever, any of them whatsoever, I believe traditionally, if you want to have this on your shelf as something that continues the Persona universe, this is worth it. Especially if you don't have the original Persona 3 FES. And even if you do have the Persona 3 FES, this is like this is a completely different version of that version. You get to keep certain things from there, but many things have also changed as well. So they're technically not the same game anyway. Only certain things are the same, like characters are the same, certain introductions are the same, but many executions of certain scenes are different. Many ways you could do combat is basically the same, but how you get rewards and certain stores and certain events and certain clubs added are also different. Music has changed. Certain environments, certain colors of the game have changed. Certain effects have also changed. So it's very different from the first Persona 3. So it's worth having it as an alternative if you don't want to play the same old Persona 3, or if you never played it before. So it's definitely worth it. It's like having the original. It's like having the original Resident Evil 2 that was in pixelated Resident Evil 2 with Claire and Leon, and then you have the now remade, updated, more 3D model rendered version of Resident Evil 2 with Claire and Leon. So which one would you want to have more? The older version that was very good and it's the reason why it's popular, or the newer version that's also very good but it's more for a modern audience? So that's what this feels like. This feels like the same tradition from the old games, but it's done for an updated generation that's now where you get to feel the old-fashioned experience of the game, as in the design of characters and the world and how polygons and how the mission, everything works, looking like the way it was traditionally in the past. But at the same time, they give you new stories and new situations and new way to acquire items and of course rendering and everything else. So it is a new game. It's definitely not the same old game. Certain things are the same. I would say it's a good half and half. It's a split between keeping the tradition and completely not following the same motif from the original Persona 3. So if for something to be a remake, it has to split half and half, or it has to go more than half. And I believe this goes more than half, because many things in here were very different from the original game. Only few things are the same. The combat is the same. The combat method and style of fighting is the same. The characters are the same. Certain introductions are the same. The school is the same. The people in the school are kind of the same. Igor is the same. Many things that were present in the original game are the same. But story-wise is different. Reward-wise is, and how you get rewards is different. Certain songs have been changed. Certain environments and the size of and the environments have changed, and additions of other stores have been changed. How you exit and enter through certain areas have been changed. And of course, additions with regards to the story, and not just the intro of the story or sections of the story have been changed, but certain aspects of the story have also changed as well. Not just chunks slashed from the original story taken out and then placed with new one, but aspects within the story, as in how a character believe and how a character feel and how a character express themselves, and how a character interact with each other socially, have also been changed as well. So I would say it's a good half and half. I feel from what I've seen, it feels like it is a very different game, but at the same time it feels like it's also the same game. It feels different, not just because of the story and how introductions are done and how the shuffle system works and how you can move about, and certain things that weren't present in the original Persona 3 is now present due to the fact of the updates that came with Persona 4 and 5, that they're now trying to have it parity with regards to those games. So whatever is present in those games almost feels like it's also present in this game. So that said, that in and of itself makes Persona 3 this Persona 3 Reloaded different from the original Persona 3, where those things were not present. Like automatic recover, I believe, might not have been present in Persona 3, and speed dash might not have been present in Persona 3. I don't remember. I can't say. I'm not sure if combat advantage was also present in Persona 3 or the beat up system with regards to. I know the beat up system was present in Persona 3. I know that for sure, for a fact. But how you could decide to execute the beat up system, I don't believe that was present either. And the save options of moving and saving and where to save and how to save, I don't believe that was present in there either. So there's a lot of things that were released in later versions of Persona 4 and 5 that are also present in here. That's why it feels very different from Persona 3, or should I say, feels very different from the original Persona 3. It feels like a more updated, exclusive car that goes under the same car name and the same car company, but it's not exactly the same. It's like buying a Cadillac in the here and now that's of the same family line, like pink Cadillacs. Buying the same pink Cadillacs of the same family line, but it's more updated version pink Cadillac. Even though the design feels the same and everything feels the same, its engine is different, its color is different, its forms is different, how you open the door, close the door is different. So many things are different about it. It's just the outer look of the vehicle, as well as some interior looks of the vehicle is the same. So half and half, I would say, that would be the description with regards to this game. And that's what makes it a remake. As long as they reach the halfway or 60%, it can be considered a remake because it breaks the halfway point or it meets the halfway point or above the halfway point. I could be wrong. It could be as I'm getting past the 25% marker, if I ever get past the 25% marker when I buy the game. There might be very, very different and distinct things that are going to be present later on. I don't know. I would have to look online to see what those different things are. So for right now, I'm gonna see if I can skip through all the content because I was talking for a while there. See if I could find any secrets.
Take your time. Please come.
I also have to give it another point for something else. Like, I believe in Persona 4, or maybe in 5, they charge you for every time you travel from one location to the other. Here, I believe because it's an older game, there was no fee for you to travel, so no money was taken out of your pockets. Or maybe I'm thinking about Final Fantasy. Who knows?
come.
Welcome back. Let's see.
So dance, if you wanna go ahead. Free to do whatever, I'm chilling on my bed. I'm out in my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with this end. Hey, 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 feeling the fire with the burning desire. Every day we inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow, you know.
Okay, so I believe this is also new. There's a bulletin board. I don't believe in the original Persona 3 there was a bulletin board. I believe you just spoke to the girl whenever you want to go to Tartarus, and then you went to Tartarus. So I believe it's best to have the bulletin board so you don't have to always search for her when you go back into the dorm.
Oh, right.
No, I believe Persona 3 was the first game that introduced like morning time jobs. I'm not sure about nighttime jobs. In order to increase social links. In fact, I believe maybe not sure about Persona 2, but I believe the whole social link thing could have possibly started with Persona 3. I don't remember it from Persona 2, the whole social link and having jobs. Maybe the social link was part of Persona 2, but I don't remember from Persona 2. But I believe the nighttime jobs and part-time jobs, I believe that all started with Persona 3. But I could be wrong. Yeah, another reason why I prefer this over, like say, Persona 4. Maybe not Persona 5, because most of everything that you see in Persona 4 and 5 originally started in 3. Some started in 2, but most of it came from 3. Or whatever wasn't present in 1 and 2, they put it in 3. And from 3, that's when they took most of everything they learned from 1, 2, and 3 and placed it into 4 and 5. So nothing in 4 and 5 is actually really original. That I believe the stuff in 1, 2, and 3 are the ones that have the most original stuff. Maybe a few things in Persona 5 is original, but most of everything, a lot of things, came from Persona 3 in order to put in Persona 4 and 5. So I believe, yeah, I think I don't really need to fight anything else or to fight any bigger boss. Maybe there'll be a part 3. I believe I should finish this one in a part 3. But for right now, I really have to do my own work. So there's going to be a part 3 of this demo, because unlike most games, you could tell the difference between the long games and the short games, because they're willing to give you a demo that's long. And I've been playing for more than 2 hours, not including the time period I've been talking from yesterday and today. And the demo is still going, which means it's going to be a long game. So they're probably giving me the full 10% or the full 15% of the game, not the full 25%, but the full 10%. And then after I beat the first boss at the first 10% of the game, or the first 5% of the game, then the demo will come to an end, which means it's a very long game, a very long interactive social media game where there's a lot of talking. So for right now, I'll call it a day on this. And tomorrow, I believe I'll continue the rest of this if I have time tomorrow after I